All right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have been waiting for in Vegas. Mark Nelson, Danny Passmore on the front row. Kenny Passmore, Jeff Oakes have the second row. Jerry Bergeron and Jess Chambers on the third row. Darrell Klotz and Mike Burgess on the fourth row. Kevin Bruner and Clinton Chambers round out your top 10. Gil Guanc in 11th next to Gerald Thanos Poole in 12th. Tim St. Jean, Derek Schilling 13th and 14th. Mike Harrison 15th. Rod Potgieter in 16th. Darrell Whitford 17th. Warren Moore in 18th. James Little in 19th. And Kevin Hayes in 20th. Bill Hornback starting at 21st next to John Saunders in 22nd. James Lacey 23rd, John Shermott's in 24th, Thomas Byram 25th, Les Benson 26th, and Mark Brewster rounding out the 27-car field here tonight. Oh gosh, Cowboy, I am sorry to hear that, dude. Mark Nelson won here the last time they were in Vegas. However, he has not won yet this season. I can shoot you a message after I get done, Cowboy, and explain it if you'd like me to. Pace car about to drop in. All of them about to roll the dice to see who gets lucky here in Vegas tonight. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away in Vegas. Yeah, I sure can. Mark Nelson out front, breaks away clean into turn one. Everybody else side by side. A couple drivers looking like they're going to go three wide already. Three wide for second. Briefly, they now settle back in. Jerry Bergeron, the points leader, now making his way up to second. Big attack on the first lap, up 3 spots. Rod Potgieter starting to move forward now at 15th. Warren Moore up to 17th. Kevin Hayes up to 19th. John Saunders up to 20th. Jerry Bergeron in second, just set the fastest lap so far with the tire wear here tonight as Bergeron looks down to the bottom and Jerry Bergeron goes to the lead. Mark Nelson now to second, but Kenny Passmore on the attack. Jeff Oakes right there with him. The top two at the moment, the only one single file in the top 10. They have straightened out mid-pack. From about 11th place, Gil Guanc on back. Gerald Thanos Poole sitting in 13th. Last week's winner at Atlanta. Looking to get to victory lane tonight just so he can complete his celebration from last week. Jerry Bergeron looks like he's going to run that middle line here early. Track temperature about 90 degrees. Cooler than what they practiced in. A hair warmer than warm-up. The cooler temperature than what they saw in practice will have an effect on how they drive. They will have grip a little bit longer. However, these cars at this track with the tire wear, they do start going away fairly quickly. They're going to have probably in the next 2 to 3 laps, they will start to see some fall off. Clinton Chambers holding on to 11th as mid-pack starting to get a little racy. Gerald Poole, Derek Schilling battling it out for 13th. Potgieter right behind in 14th. Danny Passmore lost several spots on the start. Has dropped back into 6th place after starting in 2nd. He is trying to get to the top and make it happen here. Jess Chambers, though, looking underneath, trying to attack. But Danny Passmore now pulling back up into 5th. Oh, a little blink from Danny. Jeff Oakes now up into 3rd place, settling in behind Mark Nelson. Oh, we've got several dropping down low. Kevin Bruner out of turn 2, dropped way to the bottom, thought he had a bigger run. Gil Guac also making that move to the bottom, out at 2, picking up another spot. Now looks underneath Kevin Bruner. Bruner trying to fight back on the high side. Clinton Chambers right behind and Tim St. Jean right behind in 11th. Derek Schilling right behind in 12th. Both drivers already picking up a couple of spots as we've got a car blinking. Believe that is Clinton Chambers having a little connection problem. Mike Burgess has gone to pit road. This is unexpected. He is on pit road. Looks like he's got some damage on the right side. Oh, there was Burgess in the wall in turn 3. See if we can see what happened to Mike. Coming out of turn 4 down the front straightaway. Looked like he might have kissed the wall just barely there on the front straightaway, getting as close to the wall as possible. Oh! Hard smack into the wall. And rides it down the back straightaway into 3. That is not the way he wanted tonight to go. Jerry Bergeron still in the lead, but unable to open up a gap. Mark Nelson in 2nd, Jeff Oakes in 3rd. Kenny Passmore now in 4th, about 0.6 of a second back, and an even bigger gap back to 5th place, Jess Chambers. Daryl Klotz, Danny Passmore, Kevin Bruner, Derek Schilling, and Gil Guac. Top 10, Schilling is now in 9th place, up 5 after starting in 14th. He is reeling in Kevin Bruner just ahead. We talked about that tire fall off as Mark Nelson looks underneath to reclaim the lead. Down the back straightaway, Jerry Bergeron has the advantage. Jeff Oaks staying right on the bumper of Mark Nelson as they come through 3 and 4, almost clear. Now Mark Nelson reclaims the lead. Jeff Oaks squeaks by to take second. Jerry Bergeron in third. We were talking about it a moment ago, the tire wear issue here. 17 laps in, they are already about a second and a half off pace. Between 1 and 1.5 seconds off pace just after 18 laps. Not as bad as some tracks, but it does have a big effect. They will be changing up their line, trying to conserve tire and maintain as much speed as possible. You heard Kevin Bruner mention he'd be working that high line tonight, trying to hold on to that right rear tire. These cars have been known to get a little loose out of turn 4. Mark Nelson, Jeff Oaks, nose to tail in the top 2. Jerry Bergeron, after losing the lead, has dropped back almost 0.7 of a second, back in third. Kenny Passmore now in fourth, right on his bumper. Daryl Klotz and Jess Chambers battling for fifth. They continue to battle it out for fifth place at the moment. Chambers and Klotz. Derek Schilling, though, has gotten past Kevin Bruner. Schilling now up 7 spots into 7th. And last time by, he was faster than everybody else on track. They will have to make a pit stop here tonight. They can go 35 to 40 laps on a tank of fuel. That means that everybody is almost within that window. Mike Burgess has returned to the track after repairs. He is coming off pit road. Jerry Bergeron and Kenny Passmore sitting in third and fourth. They look like they are trying to work together to pull back up. Jess Chambers has moved back into fifth. Klotz in sixth. Here comes Schilling. Derek Schilling was back about 0.7 of a second a few laps ago. Has already reeled these two in. Mike Burgess, having just come off pit road, he was the fastest the last few times by. He does have fresh tires, and based on the lap he came out on, he may not even need a fuel stop here tonight. Unfortunately, quite a few laps down. Mike came into the night tied for 10th in points with Channing Vickery. Channing not in the field tonight, but it's still going to hurt Burgess in a big way in the points. Mark Nelson putting a little bit of a gap now on Jeff Oakes. Meanwhile, the battle is on for third between Bergeron and Kenny Passmore. Angie Louise cheering on Derek Schilling, and man, he is on it tonight. Already up 8 spots into 6th, right on Jess Chambers' back bumper. Not only that, they have reeled in Bergeron and Passmore just ahead. Schilling now looking to the bottom. Oh, little bit of a push mid-turn. It looked like in the early going, Schilling did not push it very hard. That first couple of laps conserved some tire, and now has the tire to make the attack on the long run. In fact, the last 2 laps, Schilling has been faster than everybody but the top 2. Kevin Bruner is on pit road. And it looks like pit stops are underway here. Now it becomes a strategy game. How long do you stay out on those tires once everybody else close to you starts ducking in? You've got to get in and get fresh rubber quickly. Mark Brewster is in. Bill Hornback is in. Danny Passmore is in. Mark Nelson gives up the lead. He is on pit road. Jeff Oakes taking the lead for the first time tonight. Jess Chambers is in. Kevin Hayes, Gerald Thanos Poole on pit road. Daryl Whitford is in. James Little, Les Bentz also on pit road. Jeff Oakes continuing to stay out, as is Derek Schilling, who has now moved into second. Kenny Passmore, Tim St. Jean, Rod Potgieter, Mike Harris, and John Saunders all in. That top 6 that has not been in yet, they will have to hit pit road soon. Too many laps on those old tires, they will lose too much ground. Schilling now in second, Klotz in third, Bergeron in fourth, Gilguanc in fifth, Warren Moore in sixth, John Shermott's back in seventh, and James Lacey in eighth. Those are the drivers that have not been in. Jeff Oakes gives up the lead. Darrell Klotz is on his way in. Gil Guac is on his way in. Derek Schilling has taken the lead for the first time tonight. Schilling is on his way in. Jerry Bergeron is headed in. Warren Moore turns down to pit road. James Lacey is the last one to come in. And Lacey's going to stay out another lap. James trying to pick up some bonus points for leading a lap. Surprisingly, not a huge difference here in the pit strategy. Only about 3-4 laps separates most of these pit stops. James Lacey is in. And he will complete the round of pit stops here tonight. Then we'll see how this shakes out. As they cycle back through and complete the cycle of pit stops, Mark Nelson is back in the lead. He's got a 2-second lead at the moment over Jeff Oates, but Jeff just set the fastest lap of the race. Jess Chambers now up into third, Kevin Hayes in fourth, Kenny Passmore in fifth. Darrell Klotz in sixth, and Derek Schilling now back to seventh. But with the long run, as we saw, Schilling is wicked fast on that long run. He definitely has a top 5 car here tonight. Jerry Bergeron in 8th, Tim St. Jean in 9th, Gerald Thanos Poole now up into 10th. Kevin Hayes, who is currently sitting in 4th, started back in 20th. He has been on the attack all night long. And looks like he had an incredibly fast pit stop time, measuring the time from where they enter pit road to where they leave pit road. His was substantially faster than the rest of the field. I did see the drivers practicing pit entry today, and there was a fine line between where you could push the car on entry coming to pit road. It was very easy for some of the drivers to end up in trouble, but it looks like Kevin figured it out. Kevin just about 3.1 seconds behind Jess Chambers in third. Jeff Oates is slowly reeling in the leader, Mark Nelson. The gap now 1.5 seconds. Jeff Oates has 3-lap fresher tires than Mark. That 3 laps normally is not a substantial amount, but at tracks like this, it can make a huge difference in their lap times. Especially once they get later into the run. Speaking of later into the run, we saw Derek Schilling's attack late in this run, in that first run. He stretched his pit stop to lap 34. That does give him fresher tires than a lot of the cars ahead of him. He's just got to make it work for him. Jerry Bergeron was losing ground in the first part of this race. He led a lot of laps here in the early going, drifted back, was running about 5th when pit stops began. Now sitting back in 8th, right on Schilling's bumper. Jerry also on the same pit strategy as Derek Schilling. They were the last two drivers to hit pit road. Meanwhile, out front, Mark Nelson pitted lap 30. Jeff Oakes 3 laps later. And it looks like those slightly fresher tires have made a huge difference because Oakes has closed in. Just a couple of car lengths back from Mark at the moment. Jess Chambers sitting in 3rd, Kevin Hayes in 4th. Hayes about 3 seconds back from Chambers, trying to close that gap. Kenny Passmore back in 5th, Klotz in 6th, Schilling in 7th is starting to move. Schilling now less than a second behind 6th place Darrell Klotz. Darrell Klotz just ahead in 6th place. Half a second behind 5th place Danny Passmore. Kevin Hayes just about a second ahead of him. Got several cars right there within about a 3-second gap. Plus some lap cars moving mixed in that group will give those lead lap cars a little bit of drafting help. Darrell Klotz is almost caught up to Kenny Passmore's back bumper. He's bringing Schilling with him. And Kenny is just about caught 4th place Kevin Hayes. And Mark Nelson under attack. Jeff Oakes looking for the lead. Mark not giving it up easy. Fights back up on the high side. And looked like there was some smoke on the back straightaway. And looks like there may have been a problem, but they are out of the racing groove, so no caution. Let's see what happened. Jerry Bergeron and... Oh! Looked like Bill Hornback. Bill also caught up in this one. Looked like the 67 up on the high side. Bounced off the wall, collected Bergeron and Bill Hornback. Les Bentz has also gone into pit road. He's on his way back out. Derek Schilling has now moved into 6th, closing the gap on Kenny Passmore. Jeff Oakes has secured the... No! Mark on the high side still trying to fight back. After enough laps, those 3-lap fresher tires, especially battling side by side here, they will equalize with what Mark has. Mark gets the better run out of the high side. Jeff Oakes has the shorter distance around the bottom. Seven laps to go. The battle is on for the lead. And Derek Schilling still on the charge. He is right on Kenny Passmore's back bumper. Schilling now gets the run down to the bottom, looking for fifth, and oh, they're going to go 3 wide out of 4. Klotz trying to take advantage, couldn't make it stick. Meanwhile, the battle up front continues. Lap traffic will come into play, but Mark Nelson holds him off for the moment. 5 laps to go. Mike Burgess has come back to pit road. This should be just a regular 4-tire and fuel. No, he's going to do fuel only. You got to give it to Burgess. Several laps down, still fighting. Already had one incident. He could potentially pick up a spot. The top 2 now in lap traffic. 1 lap car on the on the high side. They both clear. Oh, Kenny Passmore gets the wall. Holy cow, that got close. Right after Derek Schilling cleared into 5th. Passmore now in 6th, Klotz in 7th. Does not look like Passmore took any significant damage on that one. Tim St. Jean in 8th, Gil Guanc in 9th, Gerald Poole up in 10th. Two laps to go in Vegas. Does Oakes have anything left for Mark? Kevin Hayes back and forth under attack from Derek Schilling. Jess Chambers quietly sitting in 3rd. White flag is in the air one more time around. Can Mark Nelson hold him off? Jeff Oakes 0.6 of a second back. Kevin Hayes now under attack from Schilling. Checkered flag is out. The Mark Nelson gets the win in Vegas. Jeff Oakes comes home in 2nd. Jess Chambers in 3rd. And at the line, Kevin Hayes holds off Derek Schilling. Hayes 4th, Schilling in 5th. What a run by Kevin Hayes, picking up 16 spots after starting in 20th. Derek Schilling up 9 spots to finish in 5th. Let's see if we can talk to our top 3, starting with Jess Chambers. We'll give Chambers a moment. I don't see him available. Let's get a word with our winner. We'll see if second and third can join us. Mark, another trip to Vegas, another win. Mark, you got me?
I got you. I just forgot my button again. So yeah, treated me good the first time and this time too.
Definitely seems to be a very good track for you, man. It got a little interesting there for a while, battling with Jeff.
Yeah, he put on a heck of a show with me there. I was not sure I was going to be able to hold him off. I'm a long run person, and I just don't know how to get all of it out of the car, and I thought he was going to just pull away from me, but that high line in 1 and 2 is just better than the low line, and that's how I was able to hold him off.
Definitely appeared you had the momentum advantage on the high side. Richie Joplin saying, great job, congrats. Another win and obviously another big jump in the points.
Yeah, that's the goal. I understand the points system in this league, so I got to have some good finishes here.
Well, so far so good. I mean, you have been fairly dominant since joining the league.
Yeah, well, I have been, but these guys in here, they're pretty dang tough. That was hard. That was nothing easy about that. I was 100% the whole time.
Well, man, great job tonight, buddy. Congratulations. Awesome win.
Thank you, Doug.
It does not look like we have second and third available. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you guys had as much fun as we did. Don't forget, the HTSAI Community Convoy will be up and running in a few minutes. Let's go trucking. Great job to all the home motorsports drivers. Great win to the Mark Nelson. Have a great night, everybody.